Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, in just over a week, on July 9th, 2025, the Superman movie, directed by James Gunn, will be released in theaters, and there's a lot of hype around the movie right now. The trailers have been seemingly doing it justice, the marketing has only gotten better since that first weird picture of him putting the boots on inside that high-rise apartment. I've seen people talk about the color grading seems to have improved across trailers. I'm too stupid to understand any of that stuff. I'm just excited because a Superman movie's coming out because I like Superman. However, the director has found himself in a bit of controversy in the last couple of days. People have been hyper scrutinizing the things James Gunn has said for a long time. There are some criticisms that people will make about the way he writes female characters or how they only serve to benefit the male characters, but that sort of criticism can be made across Hollywood. I've always found that criticism a bit strange though, because James Gunn's women characters seem to be competent in all their movies. They're mostly heroes. They mostly do the job right the first time. So I've always been a little bit confused by that. But most recently, he said something in an interview that's causing people to say he's racist. In a recent interview where he was asked about arguing online with strangers on the internet, he said the following.
Every once in a while, there'll be somebody who'll say something. It's always the weirdest stuff. It's never what you expect. Some weird thing. And I go, God, that guy, I'm going to, and then I go, I think I might be getting upset about something a 12-year-old in India is saying. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Specifically referencing the country of India as the person who he's anonymously arguing with online has ruffled a lot of feathers. If you've been on the internet for even a little bit, you probably are aware that there is a lot of racism directed towards Indian people, basically towards that entire subcontinent, the culture of the people who live there, the immigrants who come from that place. And there's a lot of sensitivity around using Indian people as an insult. When I was little, that sentence would have been arguing with someone across the world in China. Basically, that's what that sentence means. Someone on the other side of the planet, not in your country, someone you don't know is the extremes of that. But getting specific is what makes people feel insulted by that kind of statement. Now, me being a person of means and understanding, when I heard him say that, I knew that he just meant arguing with strangers on the internet. However, I felt the need to make this video because I saw another interview posted where someone referred to this as damage control coming out very fast. He said the following in an interview.
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, I am incredibly grateful for the Indian fans, and I talk to you guys all the time online, and there's so many of you, obviously, and so many fans of Superman who love Superman, and he means so much to them. And that isn't lost on me when I'm making this movie about how much he means to the people of India, because he really is somebody who looks out for everyone. He cares.
Seeing these two interviews in that order certainly does make it seem like he's doing damage control, like he knows he said something inappropriate or made a faux pas, or that he actually was being openly racist, and he feels the need to cover up for it. However, that second interview I showed you happened about a week and a half ago, compared to the interview I showed you first, which happened yesterday. People are framing this to make him seem like a racist person. And for whatever reason, I'm not too sure. Is this Snyderverse fans, people who are obsessive over getting that Snyder DC universe back? Is this a return to 2012 to 2016 cancel culture where you take someone out of context and draw your own conclusions to it to try and make them lose their job? Could it be a combination of both? Who's to say? All I know is I don't think James Gunn is racist. I think he could have worded that a little better. I think if he just said, arguing with a 12-year-old on the other side of the world, nobody would have gotten up in arms about this. But if he would have said it like we said it when I was a kid, someone on the other side of the world in China, someone would say he was racist against the Chinese. There has certainly been an upswing in Indian racism on the internet, but I don't think James Gunn was affected by that, and I don't think he is a racist person. At least I don't hear the statement arguing with a 12-year-old in India and think that means that he hates Indian people. I think it just means he hates trolls on the internet, and he was being dismissive over someone who only wants to argue with you, that is a child that you're never going to meet in your life, who has no consequence over your social well-being or your mental health. But, like I said at the start of this video, Superman comes out on July 9th, and I'm pretty excited to see it. I probably won't go on opening weekend because I know my theaters are going to be slam-packed and I just don't want to deal with all that. Maybe I'll be able to sneak away from work and go on a Thursday afternoon like I did with the Minecraft movie. But until that time comes, until we all get the chance to watch this movie and review it on our own time. Y'all try to have a good day.